have seen their levels before. They are a splendid maker with a lot of cool atmosphere, very high ranking in KLDC, and they've made another great level here for us tonight. Length of longest section, as rated by our testers tonight, 5 out of 10. Hardest trick to figure out, 4 out of 10. And hardest trick to execute, also 4 out of 10. So a longer section, but a little bit easier to figure out, and that could mean, consistency is really going to come into play if the section is a little bit longer, and maybe a clutch one-shot could get it for any of the racers here today. This level was tested by Kerr, Darkenine, RB Pimlico, and SQL Infection, and I'm sure we can trust their judgments. We got Starlord, Kelgan, and Darkenine, as well as Cherry Eevee and Omnomnom helping us out, scout and moderate tonight. If you have never seen this before, you're fresh off the street, don't know what you're looking at, this is Romhack Races, and every Saturday night we race a never-before-seen, freshly made Super Mario World Kaizo level that can range in difficulty. Tonight's is 4 out of 10 on average. They could go up to 7 or 8. We got a sight reading race, though. The racers have no idea what they're in for. They've never seen this level before, so they're just going to have to improvise and use all their wits and skills and tech knowledge that they have accumulated up until this point. If you'd like to learn a little bit more, you can check out romhackraces.com, our official website. You can get the patch for this level, as well as any of the other 195 levels that we've raced. There's a ton of really great stuff on the website. You can also jump on the Discord server if you want to just hang out with the community, talk shop, get some help for your next Romhack project, and check out the Romhack Races base ROM too. And that'll help you out making ROMs, making stuff. Ampersand and friends helped us out with that. It's like a freshly made, pre-stretched canvas just like Bob Ross uses for all your Romhack needs. And yeah, happy birthday, Purgatory. Oh, I know who made Purgatory. It was Fyre. It was Fyre, our maker tonight. You can check out that hack on SMW Central. I don't know, what other plugs do I have for you? I'm GlitchCat, by the way. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play commentary tonight, as usual. And I hope you're ready. This is going to be a lot of fun. You got about a minute, so get comfy, get a blanket, maybe turn the fan on. Make sure your pets are comfy, get them some snacks, get yourself a snack. Stay hydrated, and kick it with us. We schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts, and we'll see how everybody does. We've got more racers than you're seeing on the screen. That's what the scouts are for. Agaria in the upper left, Halcyon in the upper right, Revelug, last week's first place, in the lower left, and You Fail Me in the lower right. 23 brave souls have signed up tonight, so the scouts are going to be working overtime, rotating folks in as they make progress, so hopefully we get to see all the clears. Myself, no, I have not played this. Sometimes I do test, sometimes I don't. The testers seem to have this one under control this week, and I'm told it's a very good level. There seemed to be a lot of excitement about it in the tester channel. So, without further ado, let's get ready to rock. Please put your favorite emotes in chat. The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone. The things you do for others remain as your legacy. Dang, we're getting deep already. And let's go. It's time for another Romhack race. Yo, what is up here? Check out You Fail Me in the lower right. Getting started. We've got breakable blocks, and we've got these brown falling platforms. They will just immediately drop as soon as Mario touches them, and these crumble blocks will explode immediately when Mario touches, but also will give Mario a little tiny boost in the air. I think it's the same amount of boost as though you were to bounce on an enemy without holding jump. So we got those two things, and we got platforming action here. Now, Fyre is known for really nice levels, really good flow. Keep your eye on Halcyon in the upper right with a little bit of extra progress above the rest right now. And I think you're going to see a lot of really readable stuff tonight. Fyre, a really just like solid readable maker. These racers aren't, what I mean by that is the racers aren't having to guess what they need to do here. This is a readable level. They see, you see Halcyon there in the upper right getting that spin jump. The blue coin indicates the spin. And here goes Revelug too in the lower right. Same position as Halcyon, and now they both have the same amount of knowledge and need to figure out what to do with that blue shell. You Fail Me in the lower right back, and Halcyon's got it in the lower right. So progress for Halcyon in the lead right now. And the leads here can change in an instant. I often talk Consistency and one-shots. You want to be consistent like Revelug here, lower left. Watch out! Nicely done, Revelug. Keep your eye on the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Revelug on a huge read right now. Every one of these obstacles is a sight read. They're doing this by the seat of their pants. Oh my gosh, they see it. Can Revelug pull this off? Lower left-hand corner. Okay, look out. Oh! Oh, man. Taken down at the last moment. An impressive read, though. There was a crumble block stuck right in the floor. The regular, you can tell that they're crumbled because they're cracked a little bit, and the solid ones don't have that crack in it. Oh, man. I really thought they had that. And so that's huge for Revelug. They need the consistency now to get back to that point, but it could be You Fail Me in the lower right, making some big moves. They are at the same place. Now, can they succeed? And they get taken down. Fyre150 in the upper left and B2 DE. Holy moly. Yo, B2 at the checkpoint already, so we got an immediate reversal of the lead. Revelug trying to get back in a yump. That was actually, I don't think, intentional. I think they were trying to re-grab the B button as they were touching it. You can get those accidental yumps sometimes. But here goes B2 in the lower right-hand corner. Fyre150 trying to make it for the checkpoint, but B2 out in the lead right now. And more of this crumble block platforming. I really like these. This is a very ancient, you could say, an ancient custom block in hacking. We've seen these all the way back in Hyper 6 and Luigi's Adventure. The code for these is fixed up a little bit. We got a race now. Quiet Mason in the upper right and Revelug, lower left-hand corner. Everybody on the checkpoint and not a lot of big progress. So you could say that the racer in the lead right now is the racer with the most amount of knowledge about what the coming obstacles will be. And every other racer will either have to learn that information or one-shot the obstacle. Think B2, though, a little bit farther. They've been on this section longer, and now using some more creative movement in the air. Remember, you can't stand on those crumble blocks. They are just going to bop you and break away. So there's a checkpoint for Fyre150 in the upper left. So we need to just kind of keep touching them in order to get that little bump. Whenever you touch it, you kind of boost up in the air, and that's what's allowing Mario to sort of fly through the air. Quiet Mason and B2 touching those blocks from the bottom. You don't have to touch them with Mario's feet. And here goes Quiet Mason in the upper right. Oh my gosh, the reads on this. Can they do it? Wow. Quiet Mason really doing a good job reading which of those blocks were crumble style and which ones weren't. Changing the lead right now. Quiet Mason versus B2. I mean, it's everybody versus everybody. I'm not trying to make it super competitive. Yo, hold the phone. Call the hotline for some cheat codes. Marcy August in the lower left, back with a vengeance here on Romhack Races. Second section and making a play for the lead right now. It's going to come down to consistency now. Quiet Mason knows what is coming up, right? They just need to get back to that point to get another try. How soon can they do that? Might be right now. Now, maintaining P-speed here, that's going to help them clear the gap. You need to run up to that. And you notice that when all the players leave the ground at the checkpoint section when they start, they run enough to get P-speed. Well, you are preserving that throughout the section, and that is the only way you can make some of these jumps. So here we go. Quiet Mason, that's that consistency. They're back, and they're down. Jazzman, You Fail Me, and Halcyon and Maru all working on the checkpoint now, so we could see a huge read. Remember, there are more people than you're seeing right now working on this race. We're trying to rotate them all in, but this could be fast. Here goes Fyre150 in the upper left, sorry. I hope I'm saying that right. Fyre150. Really good consistency happening from everybody. They are really wrapping their head around P-speed preservation. This is something you see, I think, perhaps more in Mario 3. Kaizo's, where Mario 3, the P-speed meter. No way! Jazzman 287 has won the race. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. That was really, really fast. Was that a read? We'll have to check. Try as we might to get everybody's clears on here. It can be a little tricky with folks beating the level so incredibly fast. That was really good. That's a first place sub 7 minutes. And Jazzman is done. They're gone. That might be, I think that's a first. Is that a new win? Yeah, that might be their first Romhack race win. I'll tell you what, please, Jazzman286 on Twitch, give them a follow. Go over there, put some hype in their chat, drop a sub if you got it. And excuse me, You Fail Me, and then rinse and repeat, because You Fail Me is also out of here. This one has been fast tonight. There are so many people. You know, sometimes it's a little easier to tell kind of who's going to make a break for it and who's not. But with a level like this, someone can just run with it like right now. Amazingly done. Nice. Revelug. Holy moly. Okay, you know what? I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this. I'm impressed with this, right? Revelug for the 3rd place. Now, here's the thing. I can't recall a Romhack race where folks have finished so fast. Right? We gotta cram some more streams in, because here goes Quiet Mason for the win. I haven't even seen what the ending obstacle looks like yet. And Quiet Mason, we finally got one on stream. This is a Romhack race first. That the racers are so fast that we actually missed the top 3 clears. This is nobody's fault. This is just the racers playing really, really, really well. I think everyone seems to be a bit inspired by the forthcoming GDQ Romhack race that will be taking place, let me check my notes here. Friday, July 1st at 11:48 p.m. Eastern Central Standard Time. Super Mario Kaizo race at GDQ, the double jump dinos, and the RNG Dolphins squaring off. It's going to be big, and I think everybody is kind of inspired by this tonight, playing their best. Well played, honestly, well played. There goes Halcyon. Look at these sub 10s. Look at these sub 10s, right? Okay, we say Romhack races, you know, and there's a race, there's a leaderboard, there's a first place and a second place. We're here for everybody. We're here to support each other, and it's the player versus the level. But look at this. Look at the number of sub 10s. I don't even care about the leaderboard anymore. Jen Morrow for the win. Nicely done, right? The leaderboard says everybody did a great job. I'm kind of going to give honorary first to like everybody on the screen right now. Marcy August, look how tight these times are. I am super impressed, and I want to say something. I want to make a point. This is a great point, and I want to hammer this in right here. This is for everybody racing, everybody learning Kaizo, everybody watching. This is for everybody. Everybody, especially for those who might be a little nervous about, you know, upcoming GDQ performance and race and stuff. But take a look at how many racers are very, very close to each other, right? These clears are less than a minute, and they're coming in fast. Fyrox, Bob Aro, Ender of Games, and B2 right now on your screen working on it, right? So take a look at just how close and how similar in style a wide range of players are. We had, what, 27, 21 signups tonight? That's a lot of people, and look at how everybody is kind of grouped up, right? Everybody is doing similarly well. The takeaway here, and I really want to make this clear, you are not the weird outlier that is bad. Everybody has a similar experience with this kind of thing. You practice, your experience is typical, right? You know, I know that feeling because I felt it myself. That, oh no, I'm the only one that's messing up. Oh dear, you know, oh, no one plays like me, I'm bad. It's not true. It's not true, and I really would like to use this race in particular as an example of this. Look how well everybody is doing, right? You're not the weird outlier. Some people are slipping and falling, and they get back up, and they still make it happen. I just want to, I don't know, try to be inspirational today. I feel like we could use that. Whatever skill level you're at, like, you are not bad. Let me put it that way. Know what I mean? Also, I feel rude. You know, I haven't even asked, like, how are you, chat? How's your day? How's everything? I mean, I know, given current situations and all, but I hope you're holding your head up today. Hey, yo, Fyrox, let's go. Let's go. GG, and a sub 12. Dude, I think this might be one of those, like, unexpectedly very short race nights. We never know how long some of these are going to take. And there's B2, DE81 within, like, what, 15 seconds? Look at, I mean, unrelated players with different backgrounds on a similarly smooth level, and look how they win, you know, in 20 seconds within each other, right? You know, Kaizo races are way tighter than I think, like, the super incredible players might give it, you know, might make it seem. You know what I mean? Light Aligns, yo, half of the makers for the Reconciliation of Ascension coming in here in the lower right. Light Aligns, Ender of Games, Bob Barrow, and Muzzle in the upper left. Oh, thank you so much, Jem Morrow, for the raid. Thank you for racing with us. Always a pleasure. I'm so glad that folks can have fun on Romhack races and kind of make it a part of your Saturday night. Thank you so much. You know what? It warms my heart when I'm hanging out. Maybe I lurk in Kaizo chats and hang out and stuff, and I hear people talking like, "Oh, you gonna race tonight?" Like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna race. I'm really excited. It's gonna be fun. Good level tonight. Looks like it's gonna be a fun race." You know, that makes me so happy. Really, really cool. Fyre150, hey, thank you for racing with us. Welcome. Forgive me if I haven't seen your name before or you raced with us and I missed it, but welcome. You did really well, and I hope you're having a fun time. Follow the racers, chat. That's the thing you can do to be really extra super cool. In fact, I'm offering a 5,000 cool point bonus multiplier. 5,000 times the number of racers you follow. That's how many cool points you stand to earn. It's a massive jackpot. It's available right at the start of the game, and you can get it just for following racers. There are so many cool people in our community. Lots of people trying to get their names out and show what their skills can do. Hey, thanks for the gift sub to Fyre150. Appreciate that. We got some fresh new Romhack race emotes. Well, I guess they've been around. They've been around for a bit, but they're still fresh and they're still cool, and you can still combo them in chat. Right on, yeah. Well, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Certainly hope you're doing well today. B2 also, thank you for the raid. Nice chill level tonight. Big agree. Great stuff from Fyre Purgatory. Check out Purgatory on SMW Central. That's Fyre, one of Fyre's hacks. And I think they made some KLDC levels and some other Romhack race levels as well. Maker I really, really enjoy. But hey, I guess I was waiting a little bit till the broadcast to kind of plug this, but if you are not done with Kaizo Mario Romhack race action, sight reading, and really cool, wonderfully made Kaizo levels, well, you're in for a big treat. Might have mentioned before, but it's worth saying again. Friday, July 1st at 11:48 p.m. Eastern, Super Mario World Kaizo Romhack race live at GDQ. It starts on Sunday. GDQ starts tomorrow, and the race will be on this coming Friday. You are not going to want to miss it. I say this as someone with personal insider information about what is about to transpire. I mean, to that end, I have seen the levels. I have tested them. They are absolutely phenomenal, and I really feel like everybody just knocked it out of the park with this one. No spoilers or anything, but you know, the maker names are up and the racer names are up. Yeah, you know, can't confirm. I know there's a bunch of folks around the Romhack Races crew who know what is coming up, and having seen the levels, yeah, you're absolutely not going to want to miss it. It's really going to be a treat for everybody involved, and as usual, the race is way too close to call, and it doesn't even matter, you know, win or lose or whatever. It doesn't matter. We're all going to have a really fun time. Yo, Germ Dove, already done there, I see. It's like you get to the party and everybody's just kind of like asleep, like, oh yeah, man, there's a drink in the fridge, I guess. Everybody went to bed, dude. Muzzle, putting it to bed. Nicely done. And hey, you failed me. Thank you for the raid, too. Good job, good job. From what I have heard, it seems like there's a good chance of Sojo racing. But I don't really know. I don't think, I think everyone's just kind of waiting to see right now. I mean, either way, we get a good show. But I definitely can empathize with having be like, oh, I'm really gonna do this exciting thing, and then crap, can't do it. So I can definitely empathize with that. We all wish Sojo the best, and I know whatever presentation we get, I have full confidence in the racers to do a really good job. If Keds ends up racing, he's a strong player as well. I'm sure he'll do fine. But the strong empathy for being excited to do something and then kind of having it pulled out from under you. So we're certainly hoping to see our pal Sojo on the big stage, as well for the Mario Maker 2 race. If you're down for Mario Maker 2, which we at Romhack Races, we do the Romhacks, but Kaizo Mario is alive and well, and there's all kinds of amazing things being made in Mario Maker 2. So big shout outs to our friends in the Maker 2 community, and you'll get to see them put their best foot forward on Saturday, July 2nd at 8:30 on GDQ. Yeah, big agree. I'll read off Doc's announcement for those that are just listening. So many people who work here have been working on the GDQ relay and have been working their absolute faces off, making this collaboration something truly special. It's been an honor to have any role at all, and inspiring to see so many good people put on a shared project. I took the words right out of your mouth, and I say them as well. I mean the same thing. I mean, personally, I wish I could be there. I wish I could, just be cheering everybody on or sitting in the commentary booth or racing myself. But I'm happy to pass the torch, this year to some really qualified and kind individuals. And I know they're going to represent Kaizo well and proper. Hang on. Let me shout out these racers individually. We still got a race here going on. We're just hanging. If you have any questions or anything about the level, please feel free to ask. We're here to cheer on Endless Ascent, Bob Barrow, Ender of Games, and Light of Lines. And Bob Barrow is done. Good 15-star. Nicely done. Sub 20. That's a very strong time. Bob Barrow, 17. GG. But when it comes time for GDQ, let me just say, we've got Barb, Sojo, Third Wall, Shovda, right? And we've also got Carl and Juz and Sojo. And I got those teams wrong, but with that kind of lineup, you're guaranteed to see some really, really good gameplay. And I know that folks have been practicing really hard too. Did I say Carl? Oh, I didn't say Carl. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said Carl. I thought I said Carl. Oh yeah, also Carl. Hey, Chew, we got Endless Ascent. We got Perpetual Snow 53 in the upper right here. We got Ender of Games and Light of Lines. But a whole slew of people from the Romhack Race community have participated in the making of the collab hack, and man, I'm really excited. It's funny. I'm kind of nervous. I'm not even doing anything, and I'm just like, because I know that feeling. I know. Digital Andrew, CO, and Agaria all on the second section as well. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 racers trying hard here. Sub 20 minutes too. This is a fast one. Yo, Digital Andrew, what's up in the upper right? A good speedrunner. I have had the pleasure of watching Digital Andrew's stream for a bit, and they are real moves. But Ender of Games making moves even faster, ending that game 15 stars. Quality effort. GG. Well played. And Ender. So Endless Ascent and Ender of Games, and I always flip them around. CO Kudelic, what's up in the lower left? CO is going to be making our next race level next time we get together for a race. But I would want to let everybody know this is something we talked about, with the community and in the staff channels. Like we've been mentioning all night, GDQ's going on, and the Mario Maker 2 race. I know it's not Kaizo Mario World, but we're here for support, and there are a lot of people in the community who are also going to be a part of that. And really, you don't want to miss it. Like, say you've only watched Mario World Kaizo, watch the Mario Maker race. It's going to be awesome. You're going to see great levels and unexpected stuff and funny times. It's going to be a lot of fun. So just, extend that olive branch for the SMW, from the SMW to the Maker community. We got to bridge that gap a little bit. Digital Andrew, though, really solid player. GG. I expect nothing less. Digital Andrew is really good. Watch out for their name on the Kaizo speedrun leaderboards. You're going to see it. But so, what I wanted to mention, the Mario Maker 2 relay is going to be taking place Saturday, a week from today, Saturday, July 2nd at 8:30. And that's exactly, 8 o'clock, that's exactly when we do Romhack races. So, at the risk of, we don't want to split the audience, and we definitely want to, send people over to the big fun event, raising money for a good cause, cheering on friends from our community. And so, Romhack races next week. Sorry, we're taking a week off. I think everybody could use a week. I know Doc's been doing so much for us. Let's get Doc a week off. I'm all right, but let's get the scouts a week off, and we're gonna just be taking a week off. But there will still be a broadcast. Instead of your regularly scheduled Romhack race, we will be doing a GDQ race recap. And if we were doing a recap of this race, I would have to mention Perpetual Snow 53, a solid P-Speed clear right in there, and CO Kadelic less than 5 seconds afterward. GG, both of these. This is a freaking standout performance tonight. I am really impressed with everybody. But so, yeah, no Romhack races race next Saturday. We will be doing a special recap of the Mario World Kaizo race. Maybe check the broadcast again, talk about our favorite moments, talk about the levels a little bit, and do like a, behind the scenes kind of, look at the Romhack race and recap and stuff. I will be bringing you that, so you get expert GC7 analysis on the play-by-play, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be being like, wow, look at that clutch move that so-and-so made. Oh, there's another clutch move from someone else, right? We'll recap all the clutch moves, and then we're just going to raid right over to GDQ. So if you're trying to plan your week, what you might be thinking about playing or racing, no race tomorrow or next week. Oh my god, I cannot talk. No race next week. We will resume the Saturday after that. That is Saturday, July 9th, with a regularly scheduled race from our pal CO Kadelic. Is the GDQ Romhack race going to be posted on the site? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. We are, of course, working with the internet's #1 Super Mario World ROM hacking resource, SMW Central. And, I myself am a Kaizo moderator and staff. Dr. No as well, working on the staff. So you just keep your eyes out. Light Lines, great job. Well played. And hey, I urge everybody to go and check out Reconciliation of Ascension by Light Lines and someone else whose name escapes me. I'm so bad at names. But really good hack. Good job, Light Lines. Nathan MG in the lower right. Blue Ribbon High Life in the lower left. Agaria in the upper right. And Endless Ascent in the upper left. Nathan working on the first section. Everybody else on screen working on the second. Oh, no, excuse me. Blue Ribbon High Life also on the first section. Oh, yes, and these wonderful scan lines, too. And I am really excited for everybody to see all the, and the racers to see, for everybody to see the cool stuff we have for the GDQ relay. It's kind of funny because I think back to the last time we had the race was 2019, and I was racing, and I didn't see anything. I was a racer, so I just kind of hung out, and they did everything, and I just sat down and played. And it's fun to have been on both sides of it now, to like have that anticipation. Like I know what you're gonna have to do. Don't ask me for predictions because I literally don't have any. I don't have any race predictions at all. In fact, my only prediction is that it is probably going to be so incredibly close that the levels may be decided by one moment. Somebody makes the jump and somebody else didn't. Or somebody made the jump and reacted slightly faster and someone else didn't. And that's not even like good versus bad players. That's just like, you know, kind of up to chance. So it's going to be a good race. I would not bet money if I were you. Light Lines and Perpetual Snow. Thank you both for the raids. Glad you enjoyed the level. We've got Code Synth in the lower left, Nathan MG, Agravia, and Endless Ascent. Nathan with those comfy scan lines. Scanning all our troubles away. Like, you know, how are you all doing tonight? You feeling okay? I know I know that's kind of a question right now. I mean, in the immediate moment. I mean, right here, right now. You know, what's that? Take a look at something you can see. What can you touch? What can you smell? What can you hear? Imagine the feather, and you know, we'll all picture feathers together. Coincidentally, Feathers Together is the name of my new prog rock band. Nathan, MG in the lower right, looking for that checkpoint. Oh! I think they were trying to recover the shell. They don't know if they need it or not. Not a bad thought, really. Hey! That sound means it's the end of the lightning round. Endless Ascent going home with a brand new Sony boombox and a pair of BK Ratchtech shoes. Sony boombox and BK Ratchtech shoes not guaranteed. Prices and participation may vary. See store for details. Some restrictions may apply. Good job, Endless. Endless Ascent, a talented pinball player and tunic figure outer. I like the little dances people do. Oh no, Nathan! MG! Oh. Oh. Not the troll block. Guarantee void in Tennessee. Just don't look. Just don't look. Ah, not the troll block. Anything but the troll block. Nathan, looking for that rebate. Gotta send in the coupon. Yeah, you know, I didn't even see. I was watching and I didn't see the racer head for that little bump the first time they got there. Good stuff. Code Synth. Oh, Code Synth. Hey. Well, that's good skepticism. Check that out. They got the checkpoint by not immediately running right up to it. Good job. You should check out Code Synth on Twitch because they have really nice emotes. I just like their emotes. They're very good. You should definitely go give them a sub or a follow. making their way into the P-Speed section. Hey, this is a good time to mention a couple of things. One, you can play this level for yourself if you want to. Go over to romhackraces.com and download this patch or any of the other patches we've had for all the weeks we've raced. There's that checkpoint for Nathan, right into the P-Speed too. They're moving. Oh, I had something else I was going to tell you. Shop.romhackraces.com if you want to get some sweet merch from the GDQ race. Rep your favorite team or both. Excuse me. Pardon me. I think you could get 2 shirts and cut them in half and sew them together. Then you can have both ones. You can rep both teams. If I was in the audience, that's what I would do. Oh, I had something else I was going to tell you, and then I forget. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We are looking for testers, volunteers, level makers. If you would like to help out and just kind of donate some of your time to help Romhack races happen, we would really appreciate that. We have a team of volunteers that does this, and we would love to have some more folks. We could always use a few hands on deck on this scurvy crew. So if that sounds like you and you want to set sail with us, please feel free. Check out the website and check out the volunteer forms that we have. They're easy and fun to fill out, and you too can help bring Romhack races to the masses. If you're interested in making a level, that is also something you could do. So think about it. You don't have to make a whole hack, right? You know, just make a level. And we got that Romhack races base ROM to make it easier for you. Is that July 1st? Oh, good. I didn't miss the deadline. Oh, good. I still have to order my stuff. I figured since I wasn't going, I could wait. I gotta get my gear. I gotta be ready with my. I want to get both T-shirts and put them on. Wear both shirts. I get my sticker. I get my double jump dino sticker. RNG dolphin sticker. I think we have water bottles too. I forget what else, but I'm gonna be in NASCAR. Oh, Code Synth. They broke their P-Speed at that section. Section 2 is a completely P-Speed preservation. I love a good hoodie. I will definitely be picking up one of those. A little bit too hot now, true story. But you want a good tip for hoodies? I'll tell you, free. GC7 savings. Free tip for hoodies. I use this every time. Buy the hoodie in 1 or 2 sizes up from what you normally wear. Why? Because you just get more big comfy hoodie. Right? What's the point of having a hoodie? You know, they're supposed to be kind of baggy. What's the point in just having like a nice form-fitting hoodie? I don't know about you, but I like to stay comfy when I put my hoodies on, and that means big blanket, big amount of comfy. So why not? You know, I get like an XL or a 2X hoodie, and I don't wear that size, but I just get bigger hoodies. It's awesome, you know. So consider ordering big hoodie. Yo, hope you feel better, Mythrillionaire. Thanks for lurking, though. That's a good question, though, Endless. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just saying. If you want the most bang for your hoodie buck, I like those hoodies that I can kind of like swim in, you know? Like really big ones, like big floppy sleeves. It's like a big blanket you're wearing. And it says Romhack Races on it, which is great. Because then everyone will be like, wow, you watch the coolest Romhack Race channel there is, Romhack Races, and you'll be like, yep. Did I mention we're the only Romhack Race channel there is? It's true. We got Blue Ribbon High Life, Agaria Code Synth, and Nathan MG. Everybody working on the second section. Blue Ribbon working on the first. Oh, Nathan, nice jump there. Wow, they got that by the tip of their toe. Well played. Very good control, jump articulation and control. GG, Nathan MG. Do we have any SMB2 or other stuff in the pipeline? Not right now that I'm aware of. I have not gotten much work done on Subcon 2 at all. Progress is kind of stalled for the past couple of months. Not right now, but you know, that could change. It could change. Yeah, GG Nathan. We got Cosmic Cutlass coming in the lower right. First section. Nice drop on that blue shell, though. I think they're going to get it soon. And these are our final 4? What the heck? We got to make these levels harder or something. I don't know. Nathan, thank you so much for the raid. GG on the level. Well played. Thanks, as always, for racing with us. $19 clears in 38 minutes. That's really good. That's got to be pushing a Romhack race record for like number of sub-hour clears. I think we have had races though where everybody beat it in under an hour. And you can check the leaderboard over there on romhackraces.com. Big shout outs, of course, to, and I can't believe I forgot to mention this, that Dr. No running the restream and D to the Fourth helping us out with the website and doing amazing code magic for all the people of the land. We really appreciate her. Excuse me. Oh my. I'm not sleepy. I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm here. I'm here. I'm good. Well, I certainly hope y'all are having a fun night. Don't forget, yo, smash that follow button. We've got plenty more of them in the back to replace it with once you smash it. So give it a good smash and follow the channel. Come back and hang out with us Saturday nights at 8, except for next week. Well, actually, no, never mind. We will be on next week. We just won't be having a race next week. We will be having a short special recap of the GDQ Kaizo race and then going and watching the Mario Relay. But we will be, like, on. Just not, like, doing things. We will be doing things. This won't be a race. What am I trying to say here? Blue Ribbon High Life. Well played. Making it to the checkpoint. That puts everybody on your screen on the final section of the level. I like that suspicion, too. Notice how Blue Ribbon got there, but they didn't just immediately run out. That's a dangerous move. Gotta have that suspicion. I do. I was noticing that, too, Endless. Cosmic Cutlass kind of using the wall to just drop the shells, that blue shell, straight underneath Mario. When you land on a shell in a spin jump, your vertical descent is halted for a moment or two, and that allows you to move horizontally without actually falling. And that's what lets you slide through that gap, because in the moment you're contacting the blue shell, you're also moving to the right. I wish that Mario Maker style spin drops were possible in Mario World. They kind of are, but I don't know. I was messing around with some quantum jump setups to try to simulate it with grab blocks, but no luck so far. Yeah, again, this is a good example of, just needing that consistency. You hear me harp on that over and over and over again, but it is consistency and one-shots, right? Agaria's been to the end. They have come one jump away, they've seen it, and they've done all the obstacles ahead of that, right? At least once they've done it. Can you get consistent, right? How many times does it take you beating an obstacle before you're just like not going to die on that again? And granted, human error is always going to mess with us a little bit, but it is remarkable how consistent some players can be. And sometimes in a race, like we saw tonight, some one-shots will get you a lot of knowledge and maybe even like lock in that progress, right? Everybody wants to just one-shot the level. It's kind of like pinball, right? If you always make your shots in pinball, then you never have to worry, right? You're just always making shots, but you'll never do that. Same thing for Kaizo, right? I know it sounds redundant, but if you just one-shot everything, then there's no need for any consistency at all, which is what everybody wants. But when that fails, sometimes inevitably, not always though, we've seen some clutch one-shots, but when that fails, it's consistency. How fast can you get back to the part that you already learned and need to get through? I like seeing that dynamic play out in the race, and watch for that during the GDQ race as well. Remember what I have told you, is that, knowledge of what's coming up in the level means best position. And there's Agaria back there. Let's go. Sub-hour. Well played. Sub-45. Let's go. But there it is, right? There's that consistency. They got back quick, and they got through it. But watch that in the GDQ race, right? The interplay between knowledge and consistency. And also keep in mind that the GDQ race is going to be slightly different than this in that the racers will be 3 to a team, and they will be able to talk to each other. And maybe, they're sitting right next to each other, maybe might happen to just kind of look over and see somebody else's screen. I think that all the racers are going to be, admirable about it. But there's a certain amount of looking at the screen. You can't really avoid it. I say this as like I have been in this position myself. And one, you're so focused on what your team is doing anyway. And two, it's kind of just like sitting right there. It's right over there. Like it's hard to avoid. It's hard to avoid looking at it. But that is going to change the dynamic of the race a little bit, because what that's going to do is it's really going to incentivize consistency or one-shots, right? Because knowledge is not going to be that scarce of a commodity. If one racer on the team knows what to do or figures out what to do, they're going to tell their other teammates immediately, right? So knowledge is not that hard to come by. What that means is that, one, it's going to come down to consistency to get back to if, say, you're dying on the 5th obstacle, it's your turn up for the team. Be consistent on those other obstacles, and that's going to matter so much more because the racer only gets to play 1 out of every 2 or 3 times, right? If Sojo plays and then someone else plays, there's 2 more players and then Sojo gets another turn, right? Or Juz or anyone else. I just picked Sojo because we were talking about her earlier. So consistency on the part of the racers is really going to matter even more. That they need to be able to do something accurately that they only played once or twice. Or maybe even they need to play something accurately that they just saw their teammate play, right? You know what I mean? Like, I saw someone on my team get farther, but they died at the checkpoint. We all know what to do, but now without having beaten those obstacles and just seeing it, now they have to get back. So watch for those one-shots and watch for that consistency for the racers. Who's going to be able, when it's their turn, to just get to the new part. That's always the goal, right? Get to the new part, get the knowledge, lock it in, run for it. I'm so excited. Honestly, I had some fear of missing out, and that's, still kind of there, but I am really excited for the race. This race, not to sell short the race we already have here. It's been a fun night. But, the next big one on the calendar is going to be the G race, and oh yeah, you're not going to want to miss it. Gone back and retimed. This might have been a record. That's awesome. Most number of racers through in under an hour. Oh, wait. Do we have a shakeup in the leaderboards? Oh, I see. I see. Wow. Revelug finishes at 7 minutes. You Fail Me finishes at 7:01. That's impressive. Wow. That is a record, I think. That is like the closest a race has ever been. And again, look at this and remind yourself, I am one of a pool of potential racers. Other people have my experience on the level. I am not singularly bad. I am not the one player that, screws up. And humility check, you're not the one player that does really, really well either, And I say this myself, right? I think pretty highly of my own abilities, but I know enough to not be singular. There are racers that race here that I would be like, wow, you're gonna give me a run for your money, Nobody is singularly, just untouchable. We're all human. And the reason I bring this point up so much is, I don't know. I know there's a lot of nerves going on with the race and GDQ and everything. And even just, I've heard people talk like, well, it can be stressful. Even though I know it's just Romhack races for fun, it still can be stressful or whatever. So I want to capitalize on those opportunities to show people that, like, hey, everybody's doing okay. You're all doing well. In almost 200 weeks of commentating and watching everybody play, I've literally never seen someone just do so pathetically bad. Right? It hasn't happened. It honestly hasn't happened. I'm not saying that to be nice or whatever. I mean, there've been disappointing moments. There've been tough times. I've seen people persevere through that. But, like, no one has just been like, they're so bad. Oh, man, I can't believe how bad they are. It doesn't happen. Let's go. Oh, man. Cosmic Cutlass. Looking for that checkpoint. Code Synth and Blue Ribbon High Life working hard. Spin Drop is really a cool thing. Mario Maker 1. I don't know. I haven't really kept up so much with the meta for Maker 2. Do they still do spin drops in Mario Maker 2? Because spin drops, as far as I understand it historically, was a move that was first used in Mario Maker 1 by yours truly, GlitchCat7, in the level Earth is Hollow from 2015. And I wish that there were more setups for that in Mario World. I think it was always very fun. Because you have the shell jump that's like, you bounce it off a reflecting wall. But the spin drop is you just boost yourself vertically up in the air. And that allows for really interesting design potentials. Basically, a spin drop is you're spinning while holding an object, and you just drop it at the right time, at the peak of your jump, and it just kind of goes under your feet, and then you get a bounce off of it. It's really nice. It was so fun. I loved them in Mario Maker 1. And, yeah, I don't know. They took out spin holding. Okay, so you can't hold while you're spinning. Completely eliminating. It always struck me as odd when we first got Mario Maker 2. And we're all at GDQ, and we sat down in the practice room, and we're all so hyped to see what's in Mario Maker 2. Oh, my gosh. And, we start testing things. Different tech and things. What can you do? What can you do? And it was just kind of like this collective sort of letdown as we tried. Oh, can you PAL drop? Oh, no, you can't. Oh, what about spins? Can you spin jump? Oh, you can't spin drop either. What about shell jumps? Surely shell jumps. Oh, they made shell jumps really awkward. And it always seemed to me as though the specific changes made from Mario Maker 1 to 2 smacks of deliberate attempts to remove Kaizo and just eliminate the possibility of doing the tricks at all. Which is unfortunate, to say the least. They have, yeah. Baron of Shell. If you're looking for a tough shell hack challenge, I cannot recommend Baron of Shell by Xiao Xiao enough. Recently approved it on SMW Central myself. It is a really stellar. It is making shell hacks cool again, and it is one of the best ones I've seen to come down the pike in some time. It is just, it's imaginative. It's really challenging. It's remarkably fair, and that's what I really like about it, especially for an expert shell hack. It is really super fair. It is fair in a way that I don't make shell stuff fair. I can't. I'm not on that boat. But yeah, Xiao Xiao bringing the shell hack back. You'd like to see it. I'll be terrorizing the world later with the Quantum Dragon, but well, yeah, you aren't ready for that yet. Maybe your kids will love it though. Marty McFly, Back to the Future. I've been practicing pinball more than working on Quantum Dragon though. I'm gonna defeat the King of Pain. I'm gonna do it. It's just a matter of time. He's sitting in his castle all laughing at me. Not for long, pal. Not for long. Do we have any pinball-like ASM in Super Mario World? Not really. Not really. Not that I'm aware of. There is a Mario Land pinball game, though, I think for Game Boy Advance? It is, yeah, I would agree, Nathan. I think it's very... As far as shell hacks go, it's really fair, and it's really... Oh, Cosmic Cutlass. Oh. But yeah, as far as shell hacks go, I think it's really fair, even when it is doing ridiculous things. I mean, it gets difficult, and that's a really tough synthesis of making something like legitimately expert and still keeping it fair. You know, it's one of the hardest things to do, actually. Because it seems like you're creating a contradiction. How can something be both easy and hard at the same time? How do I make something that's brutal but also fair? And yeah, it's a very good hack. I wouldn't recommend it for beginner shell players, but if you consider yourself up for a challenge or a seasoned veteran of shell hacks, I would certainly give it a try. It's not too tough, but I'd say if you're a beginner and you're still kind of working on the basics, Baron of Shell is a bit of a step up. Oh, that midway troll, though. The key to backdrops is being able to flick over to the left without losing momentum to the right. Right? The whole, I think a lot of the key to shell and backdrops and stuff is separating the direction you're facing from the direction that you're moving, right? To just be able to have all the momentum you want in one direction and be able to face the other direction, or do those really smooth, tiny little taps on the D-pad in order to just turn Mario around without actually losing that rightward momentum. I think a lot of times when I see people kind of struggle with the backdrop or whatever, they tend to press left too hard and overcompensate a little bit. You need the absolute smallest tap, right? I think it's something like 1 frame. If you hit left for a frame, Mario will turn around. Is it a frame? It might be less than a frame, but it's a very small window regardless. or more than a frame rather. But you need the most subtle of taps to turn around. Say you're going up for the turn back, and you're going to turn left, and then you're going to drop it, and then you're going to go, right? Smallest possible tap left. All you need to do is be facing left. You don't need any leftward momentum, right? You can compensate for that later as you're dropping and turning. So, I don't know. Tip from GC7 shell jump tip. It really is. I think that's a big hurdle for people to cross, and then once they do, they suddenly level up their skills like right now. Just be able to. It works for all kinds of things, not just for shell, but really just get really good at facing the opposite direction that you're moving and turning yourself around in the air without losing your momentum in the other direction, right? Just turn left. Don't move left. You'll be surprised at how subtle you can be and how little momentum you can actually lose. And that extra momentum and not having it sucked up by your turnaround is the key to a lot of things. If, for want of something to practice, work on your left-rights. Work on having the fastest left-right in the whole wide universe, and don't formulate a technique that hurts your hand while you do it. Right? Light touch, and just give it that quick smack for left-right. It's almost like a slap save in pinball. There you go. Cosmic Cutlass. Ah, geez. Well played. Well played. That's an H. One to three. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. That tracks. I mean, and again, it doesn't matter, you don't have to be paranoid about losing any momentum. You can lose a bit, but the idea is to train yourself to divorce the direction you're facing and the direction you're moving. Those are two separate independent things that you ought to be able to control all the time. You ought to be able to generate any amount of momentum in any direction while simultaneously facing any other direction you want. A good way to do that is to just play the vanilla game and to just get some P-speed and run along the ground and then jump in the air and turn to the left, right? And then take your hand completely off the D-pad and try to just keep jumping when you touch the ground and see how far you can get with that. The farther you get, the better your turn back was. Because if you're facing the opposite direction and if you're facing left and you have rightward momentum, friction on the ground is going to stop you, right? But the more you minimize contact with the ground, the more you reduce friction, and so you keep moving right longer. But see how far to the right you can move yourself while facing left with neutral on the D-pad. That's a neat way to practice that because it gets you turning around quickly and you don't suck up your momentum on the turnaround. Am I making sense? This is a very important thing, and I really would like to make sense about it. I feel that the time has come to address the issue of left-rights and how everyone could benefit from having snappier, faster versions of them. Oh, what is this background music? I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, I can't name the tune. I hope you love on. We're here at Romhack Races at the Uptown Muncher Memorial Thunder with Blue and Highlight, Cosmic Cutlass, and Code Synth. Working on the second half of a 2-checkpoint. Working hard. Chrono Trigger airship. All right, there you go. Big true. That, as a friend of mine used to say, that's for true. For sure and for certain it is. Hey, keep your ear to the ground, because we may have some exciting info about the GDQ Romhack race levels dropping pretty soon. You've heard about the event and the charity involved. Time for speakers. Check. Testing. So I gotta do a mic check here. You're listening to Romhack Races and watching Romhack Races, presumably. Smash that follow button. I don't know why my mic was cutting out. Sorry. I don't know why that would be. Testing 1 2 1 2 3. Romhack Races is brought to you by a generous grant from Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard. Whenever you're having a Romhack race, look for the big yellow jar with the tiny white cap. That's Da Vinci's Fancy Yellow Mustard, available wherever Romhack races are sold. I hope you're all having a splendid night, all things considered, in this big wide world. Hanging on to each other and believing that change is possible. Oh, code synth change into an H. They sell Romhack Races now. Well, we sell Romhack Races hoodies over there on shop.romhackraces.com. All proceeds from our merch shop will be donated to the GDQ fund for what? Doctors Without Borders for this one? Is it Prevent Cancer or Doctors Without Borders? I always forget. They flip-flop every time. But it will be donated to the GDQ charity. All money raised for Doctors Without Borders. Purchase something at our shop. Buy something, won't ya? I would also like to highlight one run in particular that is not being put on by someone in our community, but one in particular that I would really like to recommend you check out. I mean, watch everything. First of all, my recommendation for GDQ is always the same. Watch everything. Even if you've never heard of the game, even if you don't think it's going to be, oh, I don't know about this game, watch it, because GDQ is your chance to see top caliber gameplay and really good narration, right? Sometimes when you watch a speedrunner, they don't always explain what's going on or why it matters, what they're doing. GDQ, you will get that. So if you want to like find a new game, I highly recommend doing more than just checking out runs of games you already know. You're gonna see something cool, I promise. And in that spirit, I highly recommend that you check out the entire Silly block. But one game in particular I think you're really gonna like. It's called Impossible Crisis. It's on PlayStation 1. I myself have played this for a Patron's Choice stream. They are running it at GDQ. I am not going to tell you a word about it, and I don't think you should look it up. It's on Silly Block. Just go in without knowing what you're going to experience. I promise you'll have more fun with it that way. It's a silly game filled with silly stuff where silly things happen to silly people, and just enjoy the run. I think it might be on late. Yeah, oh, they're speedrunning that. There is an Impossible Crisis run at GDQ. The game is called Impossible Crisis for PlayStation 1. Just, you'll thank me. Just come back and say, Glitch, you were right. I'm glad I watched Impossible Crisis. It will be worth your time. I absolutely promise. It is so silly. Enjoy. Dan the VP, also 2 runs at the marathon and some music to debut? Wait, what is Dan running? Excuse me for not remembering that. Also, wanted to shout out too, we got that Celeste.smc, Mark Alarm's Celeste Super Mario World crossover hack. That is also going to be run at GDQ, so there's like no shortage of Kaizo, ROM hacks, and Mario. Dan the VP running Infernax and Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon. Very cool. I think this would be their first runs in at the marathon, so congrats on that. Impossible Crisis. Yeah, and that you got that Kaizo Super Metroid. Big stuff. Good stuff at this marathon. It's called Incredible Crisis. Oh, not Impossible Crisis. Sorry, I said Impossible Crisis, didn't I? I was thinking of Impossible Mission, which is a really bad game. Yeah, Incredible Crisis. Sorry, my bad. Incredible Crisis. And it is an incredible crisis. That is quite possibly the run that I am most excited for. Outside of the Mario stuff, notwithstanding, I quite possibly I am most excited for Impossible Crisis. It is just so silly, and it's on early in the morning. If you can't catch it, watch the VOD. It is just so silly. It is just so absolutely silly. I am really excited to see what the speedrun of that game looks like, having played it casually. Oh man, it's gonna be hilarious. Get ready. Yeah, keep your eye on the GDQ schedule. There used to be a GDQ schedule app, actually. I don't know if that's still like used or maintained or whatever, but there used to be an app that you just get the schedule on your phone. It was really handy at the live event when we'd like be there in person. Silly Block has traditionally been one of my favorites. There was my very first GDQ I ever went to. I really wanted to go to Silly Block, and so I was up, and it's like 5 in the morning, and we're watching a game called Donkey Kong Country 5, The Journey of Over Time and Space. And it's just me and everybody else that's up at 5 in the morning, sitting in the stream room just being like, magical. Super funny. Yo, dang, man, I forgot everything. Super Mario All-Stars plus Mario World, Ace, Arbitrary Credit Execution, Race from Seth Bling and ISO Freeze, 2 really talented Super Mario World manipulators. Just turn on GDQ and just leave it on all the time. Just leave it on. Just leave it on. That's what we do at the event. Hanging out in the hotel, turn it on in the room, just leave it on. It's just there. It's just on all the time. Don't miss it. That's pretty much the best way. Just cancel all your plans, just quit your job, and just hang out and watch GDQ. That's what I do. If I'm not streaming, I have GDQ just constantly on at my house while it's on. Oh, yeah, good point, Sherry Evie. The GDQ Twitter is super helpful for letting you know when runs have been uploaded that you might have missed. Nice, Kelgan. I support this. Does it matter? Nah, it's okay. It's okay. It counts. Counts toward progress toward multi-ball. Yo, hey, can we get some hype in chat for Code Synth? They have had some rough knives, and they are right here trying to clutch it out and win. Also, my sympathies to all the racers at GDQ having to go on at on Friday. So you hang out there the whole week, just like, oh, it's coming up. I gotta do it. I gotta go. I gotta race. Sympathies. I know that's can be nerve-wracking. Hey, there it is. Code Synth, let's go. Hey, your hype in chat really helped out. Chat, you get the assist on that one. That was all Code Synth at the end. GG. A well-fought victory sub 115 and a solid time. You know, Nathan, you ever wonder how stuff like this gets discovered similar with carts pulling out? I will tell you a legend. I will tell you a legend of the origin of all Kaizo. And no, it's not Tonkachi Mario. In fact, it's deeper than that. This is a true legend in gaming, and proof positive of the legend would be a wonderful and amazing thing to find. It might be out there. Let me tell you a tale. Kaizo Mario can trace its origins back to Tonkachi Mario from the Tonkachi editor, the first Famicom ROM editor that they had in 1987. We all have heard this story by now. Thanks, me. Not to pat myself in the back too much. I might break my spine like that Green Day song. But, you know, Kaizo can trace its origins back to Tonkachi, right? Tonkachi Mario can trace its origins back to Minus World. They called it T-World, too. Now, we all know about Minus World in the States, right? You know, the famous Mario 1 glitch where you jump backwards through the wall in 1-2, and you go into the pipe, and then you go to the Minus World because it reassociates the addresses, right? Well, in the Famicom version of Mario 1, there were a lot more levels like that to be accessed. And players figured out how to do something called hot swapping, which we are still doing, like with the Paper Mario Ocarina of Time RAM swapping and some of the abuse runs that we've seen at GDQs. This notion has gone on in gaming, and it still is a thing. But players realized that you could load up like a copy of Tennis and then unplug it without turning the game off, plug in Mario World, and then you get these glitch levels. And there were a ton of different glitch levels you could access, seemingly at random. One of them in particular was referred to as T-World, because the notation for it is T-1. And in that world, you can actually play for a bit, and there's a wall, right? You seemingly can't get past the wall. Players figured out how to clip through it. That was Kaizo Mario's, Super Mario's very first wall clip. That's where players presumably figured it out. But how did they ever figure out hot swapping in the first place? Here's the legend. So the legend goes, hot swapping and the alternate Minus Worlds were discovered completely at random when some kid in Japan was playing Mario 1 and lightning struck a transformer nearby his house, glitching the game and sending him into a Minus World of sorts. And so the legend goes that the kid actually took photos of the screen and wrote in to some Famicom magazine in Japan about the instance. And from that, players started messing with hot swapping and said, oh, you can do this? Let's try to corrupt the RAM. So it could very well be said that entirely all of Kaizo Mario and everything that came from it was started by a single bolt of lightning. How's that for an origin story? GG Codesynth, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you're doing splendid. Well played. You really put in some good heart. It is. It's a fantastic beginning. It's one I really like. It's one I really like, too. Where did we ever get the idea that Mario could be rearranged at all? Because lightning struck some kid's house and scrambled his game. And instead of just being like, oh, it's broken and turning it off, you know, they said, oh, something weird happened. They photographed it and sent it. Now, the Holy Grail would be to find that magazine. To find that magazine. I don't know. That's the rumor. That's the legend origin story, right? But as of my research, I have not been able to actually locate the magazine where supposedly this was first printed. It would be in Japanese. It might not even be backed up online. I have no idea. I don't even know what the name would be. But presumably that's what happened. Some kid sent it into a magazine, and Then they discovered hot swapping, and then from that they discovered Kaizo. But, you know, people using alternate weird methods to play games or do things like that. Thank you so much, JD. Appreciate that. That's twitch.tv/JDLlama. But, you know, people have been using external hardware and modification tools to get good at games since the arcades. Famously, there is a game called Track and Field. You might have seen it on NES with that big power pad that you had to run on. Track and Field started life as an arcade game. And if you've ever played it in the arcades, you will know that Track and Field is button mashing the game. That is what you do. There's no joystick, there's no trackball, there's no nothing. There are like 2 buttons, and you just mash them in order to run really fast. Essentially, I mean, really, that is what the heck you do in Track and Field. And that was pretty cool for its time. Now, I think the gameplay is a little lacking, because it is literally just mash the button, right? So, what did kids at the arcade do? They brought an electric knife. You know, an electric knife from the kitchen, like Mom would have, and it goes really fast back and forth, right? So they just plug it into the arcade and just hold the electric knife up to the button, and suddenly they get, or a toothbrush, or yeah, maybe it was a toothbrush. I heard it was a knife, like an electric kitchen knife. I mean, sure, the buttons get destroyed, but you know, that's free high scores forever. So yeah, so the idea of using external cheats and hardwares and stuff to play games is as old as games themselves. Miss Pac-Man started life as a ROM hack of Pac-Man. In fact, a lot of the mashing techniques we have come from games like Track and Field and Joust. The overhand mashing technique, they used to call that the double flap. It was a method for flapping your wings really fast in Joust. I'm trying to think of other famous, like, hardware. Oh, I mean, well, okay, so here's one. You know, we like to say, like, oh, you know, Pac-Man kill screen, the first ever Pac-Man kill screen. Nobody knew it had a kill screen or whatever. Here's the thing. You can do something with an arcade game called Rack Advance, where you just get into the back of the dip switches and just make it automatically clear each board and just send you to whatever board you want. A primitive version of save states. So don't let someone tell you that, oh, back in the arcade days, we did it all the right, you know, the good players, they just played in order to get that good. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They used Rack Advance and certain techniques and glitches and things to practice the higher levels in the same way that we would do. There's never been a point, ever, in gaming where the top players were exclusively people who, like, how do I put this? Played by the rules. I don't mean that all the great 80s players were all cheaters. Some of them notably were. But some of them were completely legit and still play to this day. But the notion that they only practiced by playing the game and putting their quarters in is just a farcical hoax. They used Rack Advance and hardware modifications on the boards and whatever else they could to, like, let themselves practice the games. It was harder for the average player to do things like that back in the day. Your average arcade owner isn't going to let you Rack Advance Pac-Man to get to the board. But, you know, the players who had access to arcades, arcade owners, friends of arcade owners, if you owned a machine, it was possible. You know? And my point in saying this is there was never a time in gaming where there was any kind of, like, people like to harken back to these, oh, it was more pure in the 80s. It was more pure in the 90s. We didn't have the internet and Twitch and all these things. We had to just play the game. Nah. Everybody was using, like, tricks and Rack Advance, and then in the 90s we all used strategy guides and codes and Nintendo Power, and you were, 80s NES gamers were the most hardcore. Yeah, you all used cheats. I was there. I saw it. So my point is not to call anybody out for using this, but rather the opposite, to call out anybody who thinks that no one ever did this. Blue Ribbon High Life. I didn't want to put the commentator curse on, but we have got to win. Blue Ribbon High Life over there on twitch.tv/that username. G freaking G. And yeah, JD, I'm glossing over certain nuances for the sake of giving an overview history to folks who weren't ankle deep in it, you know what I mean? Well, everybody, we have got one more Brave Racer remaining. We've got Cosmic Cutlass. They are working really hard on this. Now, we normally do 2 hours for these broadcasts. We never know how long it's going to go. Y'all are fast. So for tonight, we're going to go on over and we're going to raid Cosmic Cutlass. I think throughout the broadcast, I have told you all the things that I want you to know about. Get the Romhack Races shop, jump on the Discord and the website, check out the race on GDQ, check out all of GDQ, donate to a good cause. I will be donating some poems myself, and please just enjoy your weeks together. I know that times are rough and there's a lot of strangeness and a lot of uncertainty, but I really believe in the power of community and the power of our community. I've seen what that can do IRL, up close, in person. I've looked straight into it, and I think that if we work together and we stand strong together, that we're capable of really good things, and we can dismantle this old Mario world and build a whole new one that suits the needs of all of us just a little bit better. And I believe that we can work together for that. So thanks for being a part of it from me and the Romhack Races staff. We really appreciate everybody being around, and we will hope to see you around for GDQ next week. We're not going to have a race. We're going to have a special broadcast, and we will resume Saturday, July 9th with a level from CO Cadelic. In the meantime, you can jump on our Discord or hang out on the Mario World directory on Twitch, meet some wonderful people. We're going to go and get the race started for tonight. I have been GlitchCat. You have been you. Big thanks, of course, to Dr. No on the restream, all the racers and testers, Cherry V, Darkenine, Kelgan for modding chat, and, of course, Kerr, Darkenine, RB Pimlico, SQL Infection, and Starlord as well for helping us out test and moderate. Y'all are very kind and cool. Thank you for being a part of it. You matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. You matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 Longboy Furret. And the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter, LGBTQIA+ lives matter, Indigenous lives matter, women's lives matter, and so do you. I hope to see you all again real soon. Enjoy your trip. If you're traveling to GDQ, stay safe. Don't take any wooden nickels, as they say. Have fun with everybody. Have some fun for me, and we will see you all again next week for a special presentation. Until then, I'm going to sign off. I have been GlitchCat. I will see you all. If you want to hang out on my stream, I'll be around tomorrow and all throughout the week. Catch you then. Take care of each other. Peace.